Well, how does God forgive?
God forgives because God can see what's in our hearts. When we stand in front of God and seek forgiveness, God knows how genuine we are. God knows whether or not we intend to go back to that. That's the basis of God's forgiveness. That if you stand in front of God and you're asking God alone, you're accepting Him, and you're seeking that forgiveness, God can see inside your heart. And you may go back to that sin, but God saw what was in your heart, and He chose to forgive you. Whether or not He chooses to forgive you, He knows your sincerity.
Okay, but how do you know the mind of God?
Because God gave me a book with that information.
What's the book?
The Quran.
The Quran. Okay, why do you trust the Quran to tell you the truth about God?
Because the Quran is factual in many places, if it's ambiguous a few places, and I believe that. Because I see the authenticity of the Quran. You can't show me two different versions and say these are both from God. I only see one version. When I see 10 different versions, I question it. Is it from God? How do we have 10 versions? Did God write this, or did the believers of God write this?
Come on, you're smart enough to have heard about Zayd bin Thabit. You know very, very well why there's one version of the Quran, I hope. He destroyed all the forms of the Quran that disagreed with the one that he chose through Zayd bin Thabit.
How are you going to prove that?
Well, it's a historical fact. Just study history. You know very well that the third caliph, Caliph Uthman, had all the different Qurans that weren't identical gathered together, and he said, Zayd bin Thabit, you are the one to decide what is the real thing, because you're the best source of information. Fine. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I got a real intellectual problem with you. Well, sorry, just study your history.
I studied it. You're wrong.
Well, then you haven't studied it closely enough, because Zayd bin Thabit was hired and employed by the third caliph, Uthman, to do that.